Hey, what's up? It's Tati back with another review. Last night we had Rampage on a Saturday night. I guess there was some more important sport on Friday. Either way, we actually had a really great show. This was the first Rampage in a long time where I felt like all the matches were decent. No squash matches tonight, guys. I was so surprised about that. And everything flowed really well. It was a decent show for a Rampage. So let's get straight into this review. First match of the night, we did have Daddy Ass and The Acclaim versus The Butcher, The Blade, and Kip Sabian. This was a really great way to start off the show. Really decent. Only Pro Wrestling will we hear a whole crowd chanting out, "We want Daddy." It's like awkward, but I mean, we're used to it by now, right? I really did enjoy this match. The only thing that I'm just annoyed about is like Butcher and the Blade. We've seen them coming out night after night, being really great workers, and that's pretty much it. Like, it's like, I want to see them have some bigger opportunities in AEW. Like I said a couple of weeks ago, like I would not have mind seeing them going for the trios title. They are really great together as a team, but for whatever reason, they're just around just to help other people get over. And to be honest, I feel like they're more than that. Now, it's apparent that The Acclaim and Daddy Ass were going to end up winning this match, but we really did get a chance to see some really great teamwork. We've been seeing some not so great matches with The Acclaim lately because they're just like literally less than like 5 minutes and it does nothing for them as far as building them, but this match right here I do feel like had a really great showcase of them, all 6 of these guys, and I really enjoy this. The Acclaim, yeah, they end up taking the win, but since they had won that trios tournament thing, I mean, not tournament, battle royale, I just don't understand why they're not going after trios gold. Maybe we might see something at Double or Nothing against House of Black. I don't know. We have no storyline with that. We really have nothing going into Double or Nothing other than the main event. So there's a lot of work that needs to be going towards the Double or Nothing pay-per-view. Either way, great match. It was really decent. Next, we have QTV, and they're talking about nothing of importance, but we do have a moment with Powerhouse Hobbs. He is holding the Book of Hobbs, and he's saying that it's not about how many pages are in the story. It's about who has the pen. And that's pretty much all he says. And to be honest, it's not really what I'm expecting to see from Hobbs. I really feel like I'm not even sure where they are with him. I don't know if he's in the TNT title scene. Probably not. It seemed like he probably still was in the picture. But I guess right now he's probably isn't. I expected to see way more of his career by now. Him holding the TNT title for like what? 2 weeks or so, I don't think it did anything for his career. Next, we had Toni Storm versus Allison Kay, and this was a decent match. Surprise. No squash matches with the girls. While I do feel like it was decent, we got a chance to see a little bit more from Allison this time, but we had interference with the Outcasts at our ringside, and to be honest, I don't think it did any favors for this match. Either way, it was decent and pretty forgettable to me. To be honest, I'm a little worried for the women's division at AEW. We got Jamie Hayter, who is injured, so we have not been able to see her in one-on-one action since I think her match with Riho. That was like maybe a month ago. For whatever reason, things are just not looking so great with the ladies. The Outcast storyline, I'm bored with it. We're only seeing the same few girls in this storyline and we're not really seeing anything else. So I don't know what's going on here, but I'm not really liking it. Anyway, Toni Storm takes the win. It was alright. Next, we have the Guns. They are upset that they haven't had a rematch for the AEW tag titles, and they're listing all the other guys who have lost their titles and were able to get a rematch, and they think it's not fair. So I guess it's fair for them to get a rematch, but to be honest, I don't want to see that match. We do have Ethan Page who comes out while they're talking, and he's basically let them know that, hey, we're friends, we're cool, I got a problem and I need somebody to handle it. And then they ride off into the sunset, and it seems a little awkward, but later on in the show we do get a little clarity about what that problem is. So next we have Action Andretti versus Kyle Fletcher, and to be honest, this is my favorite match of the night. Kyle Fletcher is so freaking talented. Like, everything he does is cool, and he has this cocky attitude in the ring that I really, really like. He's really, really great when he is tagging with his partner Mark. I don't know if his Mark is injured or whatnot, since it has only been Kyle in the ring since they won the New Japan titles, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But this was an awesome match. I don't think it was better than the match that he had with Tony Deppen on ROH on Thursday. And speaking of Tony Deppen, let me get a sidetrack real quick. Tony had a awesome match with Kyle Fletcher, and also has some other bangers in ROH. And guess what? His arm is broken. He broke his arm at a GCW show going against Zack Sabre Jr. So he's going to be out, and that sucks because I was literally talking the other day about wanting to see more from Tony. So he's definitely going to be out for a bit. But either way, Kyle and Action Andretti has a really great chemistry. Their styles are somewhat similar, so they really I don't know, they look like two people that probably have been in the ring together before. I'm not sure if that's the case, but I really like their chemistry. I love how you get to see a lot of personality from Kyle. We don't really see that from Action Andretti. I would like to see more personality from him in the ring. I think that will really help along with his ring abilities. One of the issues with AEW is that we don't see a lot of personalities from these guys. ROH as well too. And we need to see personality in and out the ring for some of these guys. But either way, Kyle checks off all the boxes for me. He's awesome in the ring, and he can't do no wrong in my eyes. He has a match with Orange Cassidy for the International Championship, so I actually think that will probably be the best match on Dynamite coming up this Wednesday. Can't wait to see that. Kyle does take the win. I can't wait to see more of him, and whether it's singles or tag, he always does a great job. This was an excellent match, best match on Rampage. So next we have the Hardys and Brother Zay in the ring with Tony Schiavone. It's a whole bunch of nonsense to me, if you ask me. But while they're talking, we have the Guns. They come out, and then it started to make sense as to what Ethan's problem was. Now, before the Guns come out, the Hardys are saying that they're going to have this one last run with them being as a tag team or whatnot. So I guess they're looking for tag team gold. So when the Guns come out, I'm thinking, okay, they're gonna come out and basically challenge them to a match so that whoever wins can go against FTR Double or Nothing. It actually doesn't even turn out to be that way, since it was Ethan that has a problem with the Hardys and Brother Zay. They're going to have a match, and if the Hardys win, then Ethan has to be under contract with the Hardys. So basically get a taste of his own medicine, like how he was when he was torturing Matt Hardy and Isaiah Cassidy and whatnot. And to be honest, I don't want to see that shit. I'd rather see the Guns versus the Hardys. Whoever wins get to go against FTR at Double or Nothing. And then I would like to see the Hardys win and go against FTR at the pay-per-view. That would be a much better look, because I don't really care to see the Guns versus FTR. So I think they dropped the ball on that. I don't know why they didn't suggest doing it that way. Either way, this whole moment was just weird to me. Main event time, we had Swerve Strickland and Brian Cage versus John Silver and Alex Reynolds. Now, I would have preferred to see all of the Mogul Embassy together in the ring, since Dark Order actually have 4 members right now, so it would have been okay to see the Embassy with Swerve Strickland in an 8-man tag, but we didn't get that. Anyway, before the match starts, we get that little interview portion with Mark Henry, and there was a comment that I thought that was really interesting, was that Swerve says that him being with the Embassy is an upgrade, and that the other 2 guys, he's not claiming that they're injured anymore. They're just not in it at all. So I do think that's a good thing. So we got more of a solid faction going on here. This was a great tag team match. I really do feel like it, even though it's probably going to be forgettable by next week, I still think it made both these teams look really, really great. It's our first time seeing Swerve and Brian here on AEW tag teaming, being part of the Mogul Embassy, and we got to see great teamwork with them. We're used to seeing John and Alex in the ring or whatnot, but I do think that they look great in this too. And I had to stop and Google how tall is John Silver, because everybody in the ring is towering over him, and he's 5'5", and I kind of find that to be a little surprising. I thought maybe I might have been taller than him, but 5'5" is definitely taller than 5'3". Interesting enough though, this dude is super, super strong. Seeing him lifting up Brian Cage, that's absolutely insane. Both these guys are super strong. I really did enjoy this match. We had Prince Nana, who's ringside, and I really love his energy. Every time he comes out, he's doing exactly what a manager does. You hear him, you see him, he helps with cheating, he's getting into arguments with the fans that are ringside. That's what a manager does, and he's always hyping them up, whether it was ringside or if they're doing interviews, he's doing the talking for them, and I really like his vibe. So they got a great thing going with having Prince Nana with them. Great match. For a main event, I felt like it was pretty cool, even though the match before that was better. But hey, no complaints. It's just pretty decent for a Rampage show. We do have Swerve and Brian that end up taking the win. Then the rest of the Mogul Embassy come out, and they put a beatdown on Dark Order, including Evil Uno, who was ringside. Then Keith Lee and Dustin comes out, and they're there to help the Dark Order and the Mogul Embassy to scatter like flies and get the hell out of there before anything get physical. So I guess we're going to see something where John Silver, Alex Reynolds are going to be partnered with Dustin and Keith versus all 4 of the Mogul Embassy. I don't mind seeing that match. I don't know if this is something that they're going to save for the pay-per-view. I'd rather than just do Keith versus Swerve for the pay-per-view, since that right there is really the backstory of the whole thing that's going on. If they do that at Double or Nothing, I'm curious to see where they go with this, but I do think this is a great start of showing the Mogul Embassy. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I'll be back on Wednesday for Dynamite. Bye.